Moonscars is one of those games, at least in my opinion, that stays on your brain well after the credits roll. I wish I could say it was all for positive reasons, but I don't think I've ever been so conflicted about an experience I've had with the game. As a result, I won't be giving a typical score at the end. Instead, I'm just going to talk about how I feel about it and let you make your own decision. So let's get to it. So I hate to start off so negative, but let's just get this out of the way first. Moonscars released on Steam, Xbox, PlayStation, and Switch all simultaneously. And I can confidently say that 3 out of 4 of those platform releases are utterly broken, near unplayable, and honestly inexcusable. I don't know exactly what could have contributed to this, but I'm sure there were multiple factors involved to cause this. But Black Mermaid, if you're listening, I'm throwing my hat in the ring. I would gladly playtest for you next go around. Because whoever you have now is not working. Period. My girlfriend's Joy-Cons on the Switch randomly became unusable during parts of the game, causing the entire device to need to be reset. My brother, who actually sent a message to the devs over Twitter, was locked out of completing the game after dying from a fallen ceiling spike while simultaneously defeating Cruel Lajos, which, mind you, is about 80% through the game. You know how heartbreaking that is? This game is head-to-toe destroyed by frame rate issues in certain parts of the games, and I have, and it's not even close, never had a game crash as much as Moonscars had. Never. While I feel like all of these things are patchable, I don't think anyone would disagree with the fact that this incredible gem of a game should never have been released in this state. The game all around is lacking so much polish, it's kind of unreal. With that being said, I think it should be obvious if you're looking to play Moonscars on any console other than Xbox where it's free on Game Pass, you should absolutely wait until this game is patched, however long that takes. And this is going to need multiple patches, so I'm estimating at least a few months. Now that that's out of the way, let's talk about everything I love about the game. Moonscars is a Soulsvania to its core, which automatically for me makes it an instant win. I've seen a lot of jaded comments about how the genre is becoming saturated, and honestly, I couldn't give a shit less. Give me more because I can't get enough of it. Moonscars runs about 5 to 6 hours playtime, which may seem short to some, but honestly, it felt perfect for this game, and it adds so much to its replayability. Altogether, you can look forward to 6 unique boss fights, and I'm glad to say that every single one of them is near perfect, all varied and all fun to learn. These bosses hit like a tank, so your best bet is going to be learning their moveset, using their time between attacks to punish them, and making use of every available asset you have in-game. Patience is key. The combat in Moonscars is not anything groundbreaking, but it is unique in multiple regards. Your mana and your health bar are shared via collected E-cores, shown as this gray bar here above your health bar. There is no stamina bar, so instead you're juggling when to use devastating magic attacks or saving it for your inevitable need to heal. It becomes a juggling act of worrying less about the boss's health and focusing more on building up your own meter during fights by attacking with your sword or your special weapon. I'm not going to go into every single mechanic this game offers because honestly, I think it would ruin the experience of discovering it for yourself. This game is ultimately about self-discovery like every good Souls-like is. There's very little in terms of guidance, and when you ultimately master the mechanics yourself, there's true joy to be had here. So I'm only going to give you a brief rundown of the gameplay. Your bread and butter is your sword attack. After each enemy death, you receive bone dust that allows you to in turn purchase magic, which you have 2 spell slots for, or amulets that allow unique buffs and sometimes debuffs. You fast travel through mirrors, which act as your bonfires in most Souls games. Once activated, you're required to fight a clone of yourself, which as you get stronger, also grows stronger with you. You have a parry and a dash. Most enemies give off a red indicator when they're about to attack, and there's slight roguelite elements in the ways of buffs like increased critical hit, as well as your special weapon, which there are 5 of. The art style, as you can see, is a gothic-inspired pixel art. There are multiple side characters and side quests along the way, a couple merchants, and tons of uncoverable secrets throughout the game. It's pretty standard fare for a Metroidvania. But there's something different here. I can't quite put my finger on it. Maybe it's this goddamn shitty map, the weird and unusual enemy designs, the dark energy throughout, the incredible soundtrack, the mechanics that sometimes throw out the standard gaming rulebook in a Miyazaki-esque fashion, the weird-ass story entwined throughout it all, or a culmination of everything. But everything screams the makings of an instant cult classic, kind of like Blasphemous was. It itches a part of your brain so few games rarely are ever able to do. It's the type of game I personally can't get enough of. And ever since rolling the credit, I've had this empty feeling because there's nothing else quite as good that I want to play right now. And I think that's why it's so heartbreaking that this game wasn't vetted properly before release, that for some reason it was rushed into the public's hands. This game will be a classic in a few months once it's been properly patched, but only time will tell if the world will have moved on by then. And honestly, I think it will have. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe for more content.